Health experts believe the pandemic is compounding the problem of childhood obesity across the United States. They say school closures and a virtual learning environment is causing kids to gain weight. According to the CDC, 1 in 5 children and adolescents are currently battling obesity.
This deals with obesity. Now, that puts them at greater risk for other problems like cardiovascular disease, asthma, and sleep apnea as well. As Brooke Katz explains, consistent healthy patterns may be key in keeping your kids healthy.
Obesity is a serious problem for children in the United States, one doctors are trying to tackle.
Obese children to tell us what life looks like through their eyes.
I just gained weight really quickly. Mum says I take after her because she said she does as well.
When so many of our children are so big, what does it really feel like to be growing up fat?
Malaysia menduduki tangga ketiga teratas di Asia mencatatkan peratusan tertinggi bagi obesiti kanak-kanak. Dalam satu kenyataan di Facebook, Bahagian Pemakanan Kementerian Kesihatan KKM berkata peningkatan masalah obesiti dalam kalangan kanak-kanak semakin membimbangkan. Berdasarkan tinjauan Kebangsaan Kesihatan dan Morbidity NHMS 2015, 11,8% yang berusia bawah 18 tahun didapati mempunyai masalah obesiti. Masalah obesiti kanak-kanak usianya baru menginjak 3 tahun, beratnya pula sudah mencecah 60 kg. Itu nasib menimpa adik Luhao yang berasal dari sebuah perkampungan di daerah Guangdong, China. Beratnya itu adalah 5 kali ganda berat kanak-kanak seusia dengannya. Menurut ibu bapanya, berat Hao normal iaitu 2,5 kg ketika dilahirkan.
So today's topic is about childhood obesity. Me and my friend will talk about introducing risk factors, ways to prevent childhood obesity, and the last one is conclusion. So the first one is, what is childhood obesity? Childhood obesity is a complicated health problem. It occurs when a youngster is significantly overweight or obese for his or her age and height. Excess weight gain in young individuals has the same causes as it does in adults, including behavior and genetic. Obesity is influenced by a person's social environment, which might hinder one's ability to make healthy decisions. Next is, obesity has been increasing at an alarming rate in both children and adults for decades. Obesity prevalence range from 14 to 20% in developed countries, while the biggest rises, especially in childhood obesity, are recorded in developing countries like Chile and China. 22 million children under the age of 5 are overweight worldwide. Obesity is linked to a wide range of morbidities and deaths, including cardiovascular, pulmonary, orthopedic, gastrointestinal, endocrine, and psychological morbidities. As rising numbers of overweight children and adolescents proceed to adulthood, these consequences are predicted to approach epidemic proportion.
In Malaysia, quick and significant socio-economic progress has resulted in significant changes in community habits over the last 2 decades. Significant changes in dietary pattern, such as an increase in the consumption of fats, oil and processed carbohydrate with a decrease in the intake of complex carbohydrate are among them. As a result, the percentage of energy derived from carbs has decreased while the percentage contribution of fat has increased. Changes in meal patterns are also evident since more families are eating out, Busy CEOs are skipping meals, and younger generation are skipping breakfast and relying too much on fast food. Furthermore, population have become more sedentary in general. All of these developments have had unintended consequences, with large segment of the population suffering from obesity, hypertension, coronary heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and malignancies, all of which are linked to excessive eating.
Childhood obesity risk factors. There are many factors usually working in combination increase your child's risk of becoming overweight. First is diet. We know that children like to eat high-calorie food such as fast food, snacks, and drinks that are high in sugar and carbonate can cause the child to gain weight. Sweet foods such as sweets and desserts are also a cause of obesity in some people. Second is lack of exercise. Children, if we do not expose them about the importance of exercise, they will not know and will not be able to exercise, and this will further add weight, as they do not burn a lot of fat. Today's children spend a lot of their time with inactive activities such as watching television, playing video, are contributors to obesity problems. Shows on television also often advertise unhealthy foods. Third is psychological factors. A person with personal stress such as family or study stress can increase the risk of obesity to the child. Some children overeat to cope with their stress problem and to fight their boredom. Parents sometimes see this as a normal thing for children. Last is certain medications. Some medications also cause an increased risk of obesity. Among the drugs include prednisone, lithium, amitriptyline, paroxetine, gabapentin, Krelise, and last, propranolol indurate.
There are 4 ways to prevent childhood obesity. The first one is we need to eat healthy foods as a family. Changing eating habits as a family allows children to learn about healthy eating from an early age. This will make it easier for them to maintain healthy eating habits as they grow older. Number 2 is parents need to limit unhealthy foods in the household. If parents bring unhealthy foods into the home, your child is more likely to consume them. Instead, stock the fridge and pantry with healthy foods and allow less healthy snacks as a rare treat. Number 3, parents need to limit your children's screen time. More time spent in front of a screen means less time for physical activity and adequate sleep. Because exercise and sleep are important factors in maintaining a healthy weight, it is important to prioritize those activities over computer or television time. Last but not least is we need to make sure everyone is getting enough sleep. According to the research, both children and adults who don't get enough sleep may gain weight. According to the National Sleep Foundation, healthy sleep habits include a sleep schedule, a bedtime ritual, and a comfortable pillow and mattress.
In conclusion, these are some of the major components that cause child obesity. Most of the time, it is not just the child itself, but there are much more to what causes obesity among them. It's also most realized that by using the body mass index, or BMI, is used to categorize the child as being obese. The obvious one is when the child overeats too much and doesn't burn off the calories, and they intake and that add fat weight on their bodies. Childhood obesity also is a problem that many children struggle from and will continue to struggle from throughout their whole life. Parents also must undertake as their child first teachers the primary role of what their children eat and are doing in terms of being active, have to take responsibility for their actions and let thereof. From birth, children put trust in their parents to the point where they trust and believe that whatever their parents do or say is what is right and best for them. So, parents are always obligated to do everything possible and appropriate to provide and maintain a healthy lifestyle for their children. Parents must be consistent in doing the necessary and positive actions that will contribute to their children being well sustained and healthy. Thus, fast food is a major contributor to huge amount of calorie intake because of the additive. Fast food is a major contributor to why children are obese. Fast food also is not good for kids because of being one of the agents for obesity. In order to create a better environment for the later generations, the industry leaders should pay more attention to advertising scene. Fast food advertising has already been linked to rising obesity rates, which is the most widespread health problem nowadays.